The price of transformation, why half measures keep you trapped. And I'll read it out loud to everybody, and then we'll get into it. So if you want, read along or just chill out and listen to me, and then we'll go open forum as usual. You think you may want change, but you don't. What you actually want is improvement without inconvenience, progress without pain, transformation without loss, and that's why you're stuck exactly where you are. Let me drop some reality on you that nobody wants to admit. True transformation will gut you. It'll take everything, your time, your energy, your tears, your identity, your comfortable excuses, and your carefully constructed self-image. But here's what nobody tells you. The more it takes, the more it gives. What real transformation actually looks like. Look at nature. Does the butterfly keep its caterpillar skin as a backup plan? Does the phoenix partially burn, keeping a few feathers unscorched just in case? Does the seed become a tree while remaining a seed? That's not how transformation works. To become something new, you must first cease to be what you are. And that's not some inspirational bullshit. It's just the basic mechanic of real change. Most guys are out here trying to level up while keeping one foot firmly planted in their comfort zone. They want the promotion without the late nights, the physique without the discipline, the relationship without the vulnerability, and the respect without the risk. And they wonder why they stay exactly where they are. And I have this one, subsection is the comfort zone trap. Your brain is hardwired to protect your current identity. That's not a personal weakness. It's a basic neuroscience. Your neural pathways have spent years building an efficient model of who you are, what you do, what you avoid, and what you value. When you try to change, those pathways fight back. They send signals of discomfort, anxiety, and fear. And they create justifications for why you should stay exactly as you are. This is why the diet lasted 3 days, why the business idea never got past the planning stage, and why the relationship patterns keep repeating despite your, quote, new approach. Your old self is fighting for its survival, and it's really good at winning. And this is the death before the rebirth. The self you know, the one you've built, protected, and clung to for years, that self must dissolve. Like a river surrendering to the ocean, you can't be both. You can't have both. This is why most men's transformation attempts fail. They're playing pretend. They're rearranging furniture on the deck of a ship that needs to sink. Look at the guys who've actually transformed their lives. The alcoholic who's been sober for 10 years, the broke hustler who built a real business, the out-of-shape guy who completely rebuilt his body, the chronicle single man who finally figured out relationships. Ask them, and they'll tell you the same thing. They had to let go of who they were to become who they are. They had to release the beliefs, the habits, friend groups, comfort mechanisms, and identities that were keeping them stuck. And this is the false security of half measures. To transform is to sacrifice the familiar for the unknown, to let go of the comforts of certainty, and to abandon the illusions of permanence that kept you safe but small. You think you're protecting yourself by holding back, by keeping options open, by not fully committing? You're actually sentencing yourself to a life of mediocrity. Think about the relationship that you stayed in just in case something better comes along. Did being half in make it better or worse? Think about the career move you have half committed to, keeping your old position as a backup. Did that divided focus help you succeed? Half measures create half results. Always have, always will. And these are the signs you're avoiding true transformation. And how do you know if you're guilty of this? And I have a list of warning signs for you guys. One of them is this. You start new habits, but abandon them when they get difficult. You've been planning the same change for years without acting. You constantly seek more information instead of applying what you know. You've got a pattern of quitting right when things get uncomfortable. Another one is you blame external circumstances for your lack of progress. And the last two is you keep the same friend group that reinforces your old behaviors. And finally, you're always almost ready to fully commit. If several of these hit home, you're stuck in the purgatory of half transformation, too uncomfortable to stay completely the same, but too afraid to fully change. And what full commitment actually means. The self that emerges from the ashes is not the same as the one that's burned. That's the whole point. Full commitment doesn't mean reckless abandon. It means making decisions today that align with who you're becoming, not who you've been. So it means when you decide to get in shape, you clear out the kitchen, not just add a salad to your fast food order. When you decide to build a business, you structure your entire day around it, not just work on it when you have time. When you decide to fix your relationship, you go to therapy and do the uncomfortable work, not just read a few articles online. This is the moment of truth. And when that moment comes, and it will, When life demands everything of you, do not resist. Do not cling to what was. Do not bargain with the universe for a discount transformation where you get to keep the favorite parts of your old self. It doesn't work that way. Never has, never will. And it may take everything, but it will change everything. And in that change, you'll find not just a new life, but a new self, the one you were destined for all along. Most men never taste this level of transformation. They live and die as the same person, just older. They mistake aging for growth, and they mistake the comfort for success. Here's the practical reality of transformation and what it really looks like in practice. Point one is the recovering addict who changes his phone number, deletes contacts, and finds new places to spend time. The entrepreneur who sells his TV, quits his safe job, and works 16-hour days on his business. The overweight guy who throws out every piece of junk food, prepares all his meals, and hits the gym even when exhausted. Lastly, the chronically single man who deletes dating apps, hires a coach, and practices new social skills despite the discomfort. These aren't dramatic Hollywood stories. These are regular guys who finally understood that half measures produce half results, and the investment that returns everything. This level of commitment isn't just about the external result, the sobriety, the business, the body, the relationship. It's about who you become in the process. The discipline, the clarity, the confidence, and self-trust that come from true transformation affect every area of your life. The man who masters one difficult transformation suddenly finds other challenges less intimidating. And the man who discovers he can rebuild himself once realizes he can do it again in any new areas. So ask yourself, are you ready to let go of who you've been to become who you could be? Or are you still hoping to become something new while remaining exactly as you are? Your answer determines everything. And with that, I'll open it up to you guys for some initial thoughts. Or if you have any questions, feel free.
Ethan, you also jump in. Yeah, I would say the past 2 years has definitely been some of my biggest transformation. And constantly my mindset has been I have to kill the old person. I have to kill the old simp ways, the old man child shit. Like I want to kill all that off. And I almost get aggressive because I'm passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially like I mentioned before, I had two sons that I had to lead and guide through this minefield. So I have to transform myself, not just for myself, but for them. And I'm really passionate about that, because I'm starting to see old shitty habits kind of leak in that they're beginning, like when they started playing video games and shit. And then I was like, oh fuck, like I can't let them walk down the exact same fucking road I did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my mentality has been, like you said, killing the old habits, the old people that used to surround myself with. All of those things have to drastically change to the point where I don't even recognize, myself from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm Joe Giga Chad with a 12 pack and 6 figures already, but no, but I've seen the massive process and feeling better. Even just walking around with my chest exposed, back straight, just feeling like the fucking man, even though I'm not there yet. And I
Mm-hmm.
can feel the energy shift and I can feel everything progressing and feeling better. So it is a lot, almost all of it is mental. Um, but,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, throughout this process, it's been incredible. And content like yours, Valuetainment, Andrew Tate, I can go on. Jocko Willing, all these guys have just been helping so much with that. And that's why channels like these and groups like these are so important and so vital, especially for us men